So Goku goes, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I couldn't believe I was wrong this whole time. Yo, Piccolo, you're such a good dad. Vegeta is actually the person that we all actually are because we always strive to be what Goku is or try to surpass or be like.
We got another 10 from Simba JKLG. It says, why does Gohan catch so much hate and backlash when he is actually the most realistic, relatable character when you think about all he has been through since birth?
Want the truth?
I don't give Gohan much backlash, personally.
The truth is, the reason why Gohan gets so much crap is because he doesn't like fighting. That's it. That's the crap basket that he has to eat every single day from the DBZ or DB audience. He wasn't a fighter. He didn't like fighting. Goku realized it when he was fighting Cell. He didn't want to fight Cell. The only time he really enjoyed fighting was when they went to the hyperbolic time chamber and he got to spend time with Goku. That's the only time he's ever loved fighting.
Real talk. That's the real reason why Goku didn't come back. He realized Gohan, my son doesn't like this? Yo, I'm out. Goku was like, I ain't coming back.
You wanna know what's so funny about this? He tells Gohan he's sorry or whatever before he like transfers Cell to King Kai's planet. He could have just instant transmissioned back before the planet exploded.
What are you trying to say?
Yo,
He would rather be gone than live in a world where his son
like,
ain't about that life.
Yo,
That's what happened. He gave Cell the Sensubi because he was like, yo, you're not gonna be able to compare to Gohan if he unleashes his full potential, which I suspected he has this whole time. I felt it in the hyperbolic time chamber. He gives the Sensubi to Cell. Cell goes, oh, this is that gush. He powers up. So then Gohan goes to fight him, and then Gohan the whole time is fighting Cell, but he's just getting his butt whooped. And he's like, yo, what the hell is going on with Gohan? And then Piccolo's like, you're an idiot. Did you not notice? Gohan doesn't like fighting. You want to know what he's thinking right now? Why is my dad letting me die? Because Piccolo could read minds. So Goku goes, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I couldn't believe I was wrong this whole time. Yo, Piccolo, you're such a good dad. You know, yo, let me go take care of this mess I made. So he transfers and he goes, yo, I'm not going back. He's better without me, yo. He got Piccolo and passes away.
And notice what he does the entire time in Otherworld. Training and scrapping.
Scrapping and training.
And
entering tournaments
and then
scrapping.
what does Gohan do? He ends up chilling. He don't train at all. He just out here trying to get buns.
He's not even really trying to do that either.
No, he was. He saw Videl fine eyes. I'm like, all right, yo.
Remember when he didn't dodge her attack accidentally on purpose?
He was teaching her how to fly. Telling you, bro.
My only guard with him is like, in the world you live in, yes, you don't like fighting, and that's just understandable. I can respect that. Violence is never the answer. But when you have people like Cell and Frieza, Kid Buu coming out of nowhere, you need a measure of strength to protect what you want. You have to have, I'm not saying you got to do what Goku did, because that's a fight-loving idiot. But you need to have strength to protect that. And a little bit of watching in Super, that's kind of what they showed, that Gohan wasn't strong enough to protect certain things. So to me, it's like, at least train enough to keep up with like some skill to protect, because your daddy ain't there no more. You know, I guess it goes more into like the One Piece world. I know they're not in the One Piece world, but the One Piece heavy shows that if you're strong enough, protect it. If you're not, you're just going to be taken away from you. That's the world you guys live in.
I
Goku,
just
though.
hate Goku now. I don't
know how we always come back to hating Goku.
I hate Goku, bro. You know, I was thinking about it. I was watching a TikTok, and it was a great edit of Vegeta to a Jadakiss track, and it was so fire.
Which track?
I gotta show you. I'll send it off
Kiss,
my phone.
bro.
And I was watching it, and I was like, oh, man, this makes me think so much about Vegeta and Goku. And I was like, Goku's kind of like that character that needed to be sat after the Frieza arc, or even after the Cell arc. Like, it shouldn't have stopped being his time and been Gohan's time. Whatever. Gohan develops into himself. And then goes, I'm my father's son! Yo, hardest line ever, right? But I started to look back at it, and I'm like, damn, Goku is really the person we all wish we were. And Vegeta's actually the person that we all actually are. Because we always strive to be what Goku is. Or try to surpass. Or be like, to some degree. Even morality-wise, right? Like, we want to be a better person. Goku's probably like the best person, they would say, in DB, right? And I was just realizing, like, how tough it must have been for Vegeta every day, looking at this individual, knowing where he came from in comparison to where Goku came from. And he's like, yo, Goku is this spoiled brat that has been almost given the life we all deserve. And granted, he lost his grandfather, but even then, like, his grandfather was caring. Meanwhile, I was raised by a family that was subjugated to being super violent on behalf of this dictator. And this dictator then killed my family, killed all of my race, and I had to live knowing that I wasn't strong enough, even though I was based on strength. So my only strength came from me trying to be strong enough, trying to be good enough so that I won't pass away through a random I don't care moment. Then you start to develop weird feelings because there are some familial feelings with Frieza. And Frieza is just an abusive dad. Verbally, physically, emotionally, through all means. And through that strength that you did find, there was some peace. There was some confidence in yourself because that strength had served you enough to make sure that you didn't get murked to a certain point. Meanwhile, this character comes out of nowhere. He's not as strong as you, ultimately gets stronger than you, and for some reason, he doesn't have the qualities of strength that protected you all of your life, but he has everything. And then Vegeta's like, why don't I have everything? Why do I have to suffer? And then why do I have to suffer through training just to get where this person who doesn't train as much as me gets to? He's never had a hard life like that to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Goku gets King Kai to train him. He gets Grandpa Gohan to train him. He gets the Kais on Kai Planet to train him. He got Master Roshi to train him. He had like so many trainers. And then Vegeta's like, there's not one trainer for me. I literally am my own trainer.
Maybe you shouldn't have blew up all them planets, man.
But that's where the character development comes up, because it's like, not only does that strength start to betray him, he starts to develop that character development to where he's like, oh, I'm becoming more like him now. And even though I'm not getting stronger as I thought I would, I'm still trying to perfect my own character through him. So he's become a competition in every aspect of my life. So he's like, yo, when do I get to that point where like I'm just as good as him? And it turns out I never reached that, ever.
Did you see Chris's video he dropped about Vegeta and his character development? About you can see the shift in him as a person. The further he takes off more of the Frieza Force armor over time, he reverts back to it in Super or whatever. He was like doing a breakdown. Like,
he was becoming more human.
Yeah. The more he takes off the Frieza Force armor, the more human he becomes.
So the Frieza Force armor wasn't actually from the Frieza Force. They were the Saiyan armors, and then he developed it into the Frieza Force. It was showing that Vegeta started to become more human, but as he became more human, he started to forget that, and he tried to lose the Frieza aspect. He tried to lose the Saiyan aspect. He wanted to gain the human aspect because that's what he thought Goku achieved during the end of the Buu Saga, where he's like, "You're the best of us, Kakarot." But when he goes into Super, he starts to realize that his true strength is in his Saiyan blood, and it's also in being human. So he starts to accept that both of these planets are his home. It's not just one. And that's where his true strength comes out, where he's different than Goku. Because Goku may be from Earth, but he still appreciates planet Vegeta. That's why he tells Broly at the end of Super to call him Kakarot, where Vegeta only calls Goku Kakarot because he comes from planet Vegeta, but he appreciates Earth. So it's like vice versa.
Yeah, I remember I had to tell Sebastian about Vegeta's character. I remember his battle with the granted, I don't respect it, but I understood the deeper behind it. The Majin on Vegeta's head, because Vegeta was literally trained and nurtured as a warrior, a brutal warrior, your entire life. One through your father and through Frieza. And then Frieza also, like Vegeta, respected him more than his father because Vegeta's talent and his potential, what he could be. So then now he goes to being human or something like that. And then Vegeta felt himself in his mind, because he's been nurtured and raised as this warrior nonstop. And he felt like he's being domesticated. He's becoming weaker in his mind because he's using that warrior spirit. So now this battle where he wanted to awaken that warrior side from him. But then he also said he was battling between being Goku is, but also what he was been his entire life with that warrior aspect in him. So like it's showing that he was growing from it, but there was a conflict between him there. Because even when he had the Majin thing, he wasn't controlled by abilities. He wanted him to release that warrior in him because he was feeling weak, that he was growing weaker, and have to protect him because Kid Buu was out there and they couldn't stop him. And he felt like he needed that warrior side to try to even compete against the coming threat.
But that's the perfect story of why Vegeta is awesome, because he experiences trauma. And like most hurt people, they hurt other people. So for him, hurting people was a strength, but hurting himself was a bigger strength. And when he realized he no longer needed to hurt himself because he was dependent on by people that he needed to protect, he didn't know how to handle the responsibility that was that protection. He felt overwhelmed by it. He never got to experience that kind of love, and it was hard for him. So like most people that don't know how to experience love, they fumble love. They fumble the aspect of love. They wish they could be at that point where they can be better, but ultimately they fail themselves. Therefore, that's why he wanted to be taken over by Babidi in order to replace this self-hatred with the hate he's always felt his whole life towards somebody else, because that's what served him. And then when he eventually fell to it, he realized that even through these actions, he was no longer that person. So he developed a certain type of like new battle, which was then I am battling myself once again, which happens with people with trauma all the time. So it's like Goku, again, being this person who he strives to be unconsciously and through combat. He says to himself, you're a clown, you're this, you're that. He's literally degrading Goku at every aspect he can just to feel superior because he knows he can't be him. And yet, when he reaches that moment of clarity where he looks at Goku and Goku looks at him and he's like, yo, stop, Vegeta. Majin Buu is out there. He's going to murk like all of us. And then Vegeta thinks to himself, who cares? But realistically, when he said who cares, he couldn't just go and be like, well, I'm going to continue beating you up. He knocks Goku out to save Goku because he knew that Goku didn't deserve to pass away again because he already passed away. So he goes, hugs Trunks for the first time because he then accepts that this is my responsibility, is to protect Earth and to protect my friends and family. Sees Buu, sees this monster, realizes he can't beat him, tells Piccolo, leave. Take the kids, get as far away as you can. But before you go, will I go to the same place that Goku went to when he passed away? And Piccolo's like, no, you won't. You've done too many evil deeds in your life. Knowing the answer was going to be that, he still sought some type of forgiveness and redemption because throughout all of his life, he was never enough. But he hoped Piccolo would say, you are through this action. Even knowing he wasn't going to be enough, he still went through and sacrificed his own life in order to protect them. Granted, he would receive nothing out of that. And the greatest love is through sacrifice. So it's like when you look at Vegeta from that aspect, he was terrible all throughout Frieza arc, all throughout the Cell arc. But when he finally reached the Majin Buu arc, he realized the type of man he wanted to be. And it wasn't Frieza, it wasn't King Vegeta, and it wasn't Goku. He wanted to be him, the person that Bulma could count on, the person that hugged Trunks. So when you look at that aspect, it's like, yo, how can you not root for this man, bro?
I will say this. I am the resident Vegeta hater of our friends. That was so well put and so accurate. Oh, why? It was. I thought that was beautiful, bro.
Also, too, just to add a little bit to the Vegeta thing, and it shows, like, later on the change of it, because even after, obviously, Vegeta sacrifices himself, and you feel that that's time to take out Buu. Later on, showing that he's getting this redemption, what do? They bring back Vegeta. It wasn't like, if they viewed Vegeta as that same person who was evil before, they wouldn't have brought him back. But they brought Vegeta back, and I don't know if they knew if Goku was there at that time either. They brought Vegeta back because, like, all right, he's the only person that could stand a chance against Majin Buu. And then later on, we see, like you said, about he recognizing that Goku was the better one because how Goku's temperament is, why that's needed.
Yeah.
Why people love him, and it's showing right there how much Vegeta grew. Super, that's what they made Vegeta better.
And that's
Super.
the thing. They made Vegeta so much better in Super to the point I think Sebastian would love him. There was a specific moment, I think, when he goes to New Namek. And, like, there's this guy called Moro. Yeah. And Moro's trying to, like, kill the planet because he's looking for the Dragon Balls that they have. Because he wants to make himself younger.
They still beefing over the Dragon Balls?
Yeah. It's called Dragon Ball, bro. Vegeta goes there. And he specifically looks at the Namekians and they realize who he is. And then he makes it a valid point to protect even the children of the Namekians from getting harmed. That he was willing to get himself harmed. Because he owed them an apology through action. Like, he realized that he was the cause of so much of their death that now he needs to be their savior. And he doesn't do it out of like an ego inflation. He does it because he truly feels genuine, what's the word I'm looking for? Like regret. Like he regrets his actions of the past when he first met these people because that's not the person he is now. And it's like, you look at Goku and he's like, but I just want to fight.
Yeah.
And he's just like, bro.
They made him.
Like, you're an idiot, bro.
And that's the thing is, they took that character of Frieza, what Goku was, they took him completely out of that in Super. That light that he was like a Frieza, that righteousness, that's not in Goku anymore.
That speech was nonsense in the first place. That's not what he was, bro. Yeah, they've been saying that Dragon Ball talk in here. Yeah. But listen, everybody loved Dragon Ball, bro. Somebody commented on my hat while I was at Costco today, and I asked him if they watched One Piece. He was like, nah, but I watched Dragon Ball, though.
Hey, man.
So,